Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those that do not know me, my name is Sierra Mason, and I just like to talk all things Bible, all things bougie, and just allow the Holy Spirit to move in me and through me. Today's message is about how I used to be a flight attendant. Now I know this is not the typical topics that I talk about, but this was a part of me. I know this career played a huge role in my life for such a long time. And I just want to encourage individuals that are looking to step into this industry to not allow other people's opinions ground you and prevent you from flying. Because there's going to be so many opinions, and you're going to want to seek validation from other individuals, your friends, your family, your current coworkers. And if you have these desires to be a flight attendant, then just do it. Just do it. I know it's probably one of the scariest things you can commit to, but you gotta just literally lock in and focus and get it done. Get the training done, do the application, apply, and just enjoy the experience. I've now been officially out of the friendly skies for 2 years now. 2 whole years, you guys. Insane how time has flew by, literally. Hung up those wings as a flight attendant. And many people don't know, but the Holy Spirit is the one who asked me to step away from this industry, to step away from being a flight attendant, should I say. And I don't know. It's been weird. It's been weird being on the ground this long. I'm so used to being so busy and my schedule being jam-packed and me getting so much done in a certain amount of time that I have off each week that I've got some free time. I'm a full-time entrepreneur now, managing 4 different businesses, and it's been quite the journey. It's, to say the least. And if you've ever even thought about becoming a flight attendant, then I'm sure you've heard all the horror stories. I'm sure you've heard all the pros and cons according to that person's opinion. But I need you to realize, if you are passionate about this thing and if you want the opportunity to travel the world, just do it. Do not listen to anything else, because it's all noise. It's all noise. I think, looking back, and I spent a good 8 years. I always am bad with this math, you guys. Oh my goodness, I can count some money though. But just know that in this industry, when you first start off as a flight attendant, you don't do it for the pay. The money is not going to be the sole reason why you jump into this industry, because the pay, when I first started off as a flight attendant with Endeavor Airlines in 2016, I was making $17 an hour. I think it was 17 and like 20 cents. It was like a random cent number. And my taxes for the year was under, I want to say 17,000. Maybe it was 17,000 annually. It was really low. You're going to work every single holiday, and you're going to work even long hours. It's going to be such an adrenaline rush. If you like excitement, if you like fast-paced environments. I had a customer service background. I was working retail since the age of 16. Even got my degree in fashion merchandising and marketing, which led me to move to New York and still pursue an industry in retail. So I was one of the founding managers of Macy's Backstage. And I like to say that because I am proud of that. It took a lot of work getting my behind up there and, just finishing my degree. So yes, I like to throw that out there for sure. So I was aware of the customer service world. I was already used to working long hours. I was already used to being social. I was already used to working holidays. So yes, I got that life. So if you have that customer service background, you're bubbly, you're social, you're used to working these holidays, because you're going to work every single holiday and it's going to be lonely, and you're going to be away from your friends and family. You're going to be working Easter, New Year's. But I want you to get so secure in the fact that it's going to be worth it. You need to have a support system. If you don't have one, get rooted in Christ. He will help you get through it, especially if he placed these desires in you. Then he is going to ensure that you are comfortable each step of the way. There were many times where I sought validation because I was lonely, and I got into unequally yoked relationships because I was lonely in this industry. And I think looking back, now that I can advise you all that may be watching this video, contemplating if you want to be a flight attendant or not, that, just build that friend group up. And your friends are not going to always get it. They're not going to always understand why you're working all the time. This will create a lot of envy, a lot of jealousy, a lot of comparison. Because you have to realize, I was in my late 20s when I got into the industry. Not sure how old you are. I got out in my mid 30s. I was 35. I'm 37 now. So a lot of my friends were married. A lot of my friends had children. A lot of my friends were complacent, stuck in a job they were not happy, maybe got vacation time once a year, if they could afford to take their kids to Disney World. It was never like this fast-paced bachelorette, single Sierra type vibe that I was living. And I didn't even post on my social media what I did for my career. Like, no one really knew I was a flight attendant. They would just see me traveling, taking really cute bomb photos. And I personally did that to protect myself, because when I first got in the industry, I was telling everyone. I was on these dating apps. I was telling everybody and their mama. And I realized that individuals will smile in your face. They will literally fake the funk just to get on your flight benefits. Yeah, I want to date you. Yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, oh, I love you. Ooh. Or, hey, let's be besties, So it's like, what if I just tell you I work customer service? What if I just work at T-Mobile? What if I just am an insurance claim adjuster and my company sends me here on certain days? Whatever it is, protect your peace, protect your pockets, protect your flight benefits, and do what you got to do to stay sane, because there's a lot of snakes in these grass. And you got to understand that everyone's not going to be happy for you. Everyone's not going to be clapping for you. Although you may see it as, I'm lonely and I actually want a family and I actually want kids and to be at home with my family for holidays. The individuals that are your friends, they could want where you're at. And so you trying to get validation from them and get comforted and consoled. Like, hey, you guys want to be on FaceTime? Hey, I'm back in town for a week. Have a week off. Can we plan something? And they're just like pushing you off. You got to understand their mindset and what they're dealing with. And sometimes you can't always take seasonal friends into this new career adventure. But don't allow those people's opinions to keep you from traveling and seeing the world. Stretch that dollar out. I don't care what it is. I've been in relationships that were jealous that I got to travel the world and they couldn't afford to do it. Even if I extended a buddy pass to them, they couldn't afford to travel. Do not allow friendships, do not allow family, do not allow unequally yoked relationships to hold you back from seeing the world. The only major pro of being a flight attendant is that you get to travel the world for free. That's it. You're not in it for the money, honey. You are literally on a ramen noodle diet until you get your coins stacked up. Now, I don't know what career you may have had before or what type of family or friendship support you have. You could have a whole situation. I had OnlyFans at one point, but don't be like me. The Lord had to deliver me from that. So just know that there's so much out there. The world is your oyster. You have an entire book that needs every single page painted and stamped with countries that you could be indulging in the culture, trying different foods, meeting people from all over the world. I literally picked a different country every single month. And this is when I was at Endeavor, making $17 an hour. You can do it. My max budget was $100 per trip when I wanted to take a leisure vacation trip. So don't watch all these videos and think that, oh my gosh, you can never travel, even though you get flight benefits. You don't have money to do it. You don't have time to do it. Make it happen. I would have 2 days off. And you know what I would do to prevent sleeping in the airport in a crew room in New York when I was working for Endeavor Airlines? I booked a round trip flight to Amsterdam. Booked first class, had 3-course meal, had a cheap hotel from hotels.com, came right back, stayed 30 hours, explored, and got right back on the plane with the same flight crew and came right back. Make it happen. Don't be scared. You cannot be timid. You cannot be afraid to step out. Get outside on these work layovers and explore. There's so much out there. Say your prayer, put on the full armor of God, and get out there. I traveled to Cuba solo. I traveled to Europe solo. I traveled to Ireland. I traveled to London. I traveled to Africa solo. I traveled so many places solo. Just do it. Just do it. There's nothing going to happen to you. Be aware of your surroundings. Have your passport with you at all time in a crossbody. Don't walk around like a tourist, but take your tripod with you. Put the selfie timer on and take your own photos, but just have fun with it. Like, you will never get this opportunity again. Life is going to continue. If you're single, if you have no children, if you're in between careers, if you're fresh out of college, looking for a leap year, wanting to travel the world, this is the perfect opportunity to just do it. To just be selfish with your time. Be selfish with you. Love on you. Go grab a steak in Australia just because you can do that. Go get a deep slice pizza in Chicago just because you can do that and fly right back. I lived in Minnesota when I first got on with Endeavor Airlines, and I would fly back once a week to Texas to do grocery shopping. I'd come back with 2 empty suitcases, do all of my grocery shopping because it was snowing. It was like -20 out there. It was horrible. And I would do all my grocery shopping and then just get right back on the plane and go right back. Like, Uber right back to Minnesota, back to the airport, get on a plane. It's your taxi in the sky. This is an amazing opportunity. You have to stretch your coins. You can't live the way that you see all these people on social media living. I don't care what age you are. Until your pockets reflect that, you can't do it. But pick up trips when you want an open time. I was picking up trips all the time to go to Hawaii, to go here. And you get paid $600 to go to Hawaii. Like, it's an amazing opportunity. Don't be afraid to take that leap, to get out and explore, to enjoy your life while you're young, while you're in your 20s, while you're in your 30s, while you're in your 40s. If you're an empty nester and you're just jumping into this industry, your calling was to be a mother all those years. Now your kids are out. They're living their best lives. It's time for you to live your best life now too. And God wants you to have fun in this industry. He wants you to utilize your flight benefits, because there's so many people that would love to be in the place that you're in. And again, there's so many cons in every industry and every career. So don't allow these negative Nancy's to put salt in your drink and just make this such a nasty, bitter experience, because it's not. If you were a surgeon, if you were a firefighter, if you were a police officer, you would be away from home a lot. So I think when it comes to listening to other people's opinions, it's, especially if they're close to you and they're like, oh, you're always gone, or I am. But if I worked here and if I was a police officer and if I was in the medical field, I'd still be gone away from home all of these hours too. I'd be leaving early, maybe at 5 a.m., commuting and sitting in traffic for an hour or two here in Texas. And then I would work at maybe a 12-hour shift, come home, sit in more traffic, be exhausted, sleeping, maybe 2 days off a week, lethargic, irritable. So it's like, choose your poison in life. Don't allow somebody to just put their negative commentary on the things that you want to do in life. Make the best of it. There's pros and cons in every industry. I'm going to keep reiterating that. So if somebody wants to make you feel bad, or you're not dateable, you're not reliable, you're not all these things because you are a flight attendant, then that's not the person that needs to be in your inner circle. Live your best life, child, because you only get one. And I'm so glad that I got to travel as much as I did. Looking back, I wish I would have traveled more. But I'm also glad the Lord snatched me out of my mess. It was time for me to leave, unfortunately. And one thing about a career that you are in, or you may be in, or have left, when the Lord asks you to leave, He'll ensure that everything is uncomfortable around you until you obey and leave. So that's where it was getting at. And I always told myself, if I am no longer having fun in this industry, then I will easily walk away. And I had fun. I had great years. And we are on to the next chapter. But I just wanted to encourage you all that is amazing. It's amazing. You will be able to try food from anywhere in the world. I have friends from all over different countries. Like, line up your off days, drop some trips, drop some days, swap it out with some senior mamas. That's what we like to call them. Those are the well-seasoned flight attendants in the industry. And just get you a week off and just go somewhere, pick it. You have to remember, if you are constantly flying back home or constantly staying on the ground to appease these friend groups, these situationships, people that won't commit to you, like, you're wasting your life. And bruh, you eating ramen noodles just to fly back home? No. You are in this industry to travel and to go wherever you want to go in life, and do not waste it on an unequally yoked relationship or friendship. Okay. Fatigue is going to be real. Coffee is going to be your best friend. Energy drinks is going to be your best friend. You need to get a routine to stay alert, to stay healthy. Meal prepping is going to be the best way you can save money in this industry, especially if you're working regional as a flight attendant, because they don't make that much. Like I said, we start off 17. I think the pay is different. I mean, of course, things in life have changed, the cost of living, food. So If you want to, if you don't like working long trips, then I recommend applying as a regional flight attendant. That's SkyWest, that's Endeavor, that's JetBlue does some. Spirit, they don't do too many. Yeah, Spirit as well is considered domestic. I mean, they go to Mexico and I think maybe Canada now. Don't quote me. But yeah, if you are ready to just embark on going anywhere in the world and be gone for 4 to 6 days at a stretch, like I highly recommend applying for these major airlines like American, United, and I feel like I'm missing one. I've been out the industry for so long. Yeah, Google it. But Southwest. Well, Southwest is regional too. They do a little domestic. I mean, they do a little international. I think Mexico too. But anyway, have fun. Have fun. You're going to be tired, but you need to get a routine going. And my recommendation, what I did, when you're tired, go to sleep. You have to realize your circadian rhythm is all over the place. And when you get off of a red-eye flight and you go home, I didn't have responsibilities like kids to drive to school or any of that. I'd fed my dog. I actually had a doggy door, so he would hop right out the back of the doggy door and do his thing. He had an automatic food dispenser, so that was that. But yeah, whenever you're tired, go to sleep. I don't care what time of day it is. Don't try to get acclimated on some artificial clock. Just listen to your body and go to sleep. Whenever you're hungry, eat. And when you can't sleep and when you get to these hotels and you're in a different country or you're wherever, what I like to do, I used to drink wine every night, just like 2 sips just to try to go to sleep. But don't do that. And I no longer drink alcohol. So what I would also do was go to the gym. Just give it 30 minutes. You know, you're already getting ready to binge watch Netflix or Hulu, Keeping Up with the Kardashians or Real Housewives on your phone or laptop or iPad. So put that on the treadmill and just walk. And as soon as the episode's done, then you can go back to your room, shower, and get in bed. But you have to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And I always said, because I was always running late, I was always the girl running through the airport with heels. Now, this was mainly when I was non-revving. And non-revving means I am either catching a flight to go back home or to get from point A to point B or leisure travel. And I'm flying standby. And I always said, if I'm running through this airport, always running late, always final call. And I'm huffing and puffing, I gotta go harder in the gym. Because I shouldn't be huffing and puffing. I'm too cute for this. Oh, the things I used to say. So yes, keep a healthy regimen, stay fit, try to hit the treadmill, and do some at least 5-10 pound weights, you know, because you're going to be lifting your heavy luggage. My luggage used to be insane, and you have to lift it above your head. Do not assist. You can assist, but do not lift and take on other people's luggage from passengers, because I've seen so many senior mamas and so many young women that were flight attendants hurt themselves and injured themselves because they picked up a passenger's luggage and put it in the overhead bin. If they packed it, they can put it up. You can assist. Like, when I mean assist, it's like if you can do this with one hand and just oop, then that's you assisting. But it is not your job to pick up and hurt yourself, possibly hurt yourself by doing that. I can go on a ramble. But yes, overall, protect your peace, protect your happiness, protect your joy. I would stay off of social media during the holidays because those were the times where I felt lonely. when I knew I'd be picking up hours, spring break, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I'm so junior and my seniority is so low that I know I'm not getting these holidays off. So I'm going to, just deactivate my social media right now because I don't want to see all that. I want to be with my family. I want to be doing these things, but I will be in my hotel room and, romanticize it. I would pack bath bombs sometimes. I would, if you didn't have time to do these things when you're home, bring your nail polish, bring your body scrubs and your body butters. And when you get to these layovers, order you already got the thick the bathrobes that come along with it. And, and do your face mask and just do it all and just romanticize your experience. And everything is luxury. You are getting paid to stay in a luxury hotel, to be in places and be in spaces where a lot of people would dream of. You are dealing with first-class individuals that, are millionaires. Listen to them, learn from them, gain knowledge from them. A lot of them come up to the front galley and just, exchange business cards. Whatever it may be, just protect your peace, stay poised, stay confident. Don't let anyone ruffle your feathers. Stay a Proverbs 31 woman and embrace it. Enjoy the growth. Enjoy everything that every experience, everything you're going to get out of this. You're going to look up and 5 years are going to go by. You're going to look up and a man's down on his knees proposing to you. And he's like, you know what, baby? I don't want you flying as a flight attendant anymore. I want you to be an entrepreneur. And I want you to work from home. Well, I give you all these beautiful chocolate babies. That's not going to be my story, but I pray that for you, okay? And I just want you to be prepared for that. And I want you to not regret and look back and be like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have traveled to this continent and I never got to go there. Bruh, you were a flight attendant for how long? I just watched somebody's video that said, I was a flight attendant for 10 years. And then I listened to the first 20 minutes of it. It was nothing but negative commentary. It took you 10 years to realize you hated this career. Don't be that person. Don't be that bitter, negative Nancy person. Suck the industry for what it's worth. Get everything you can get out of that experience. Have zero regrets. Balls to the wall. Have fun. Stay safe. And be blessed. I pray this message helps someone to just finally have the guts to put in that application, to commit to the basic training, and then just live it up. Once you're in the industry, step outside of that hotel. If you can't get nobody else to join you on these layovers, none of the other flight attendants want to go. Share your location. You out. Explore. The world is your oyster. Have fun. And that's all I got. Y'all take care.
Learning how to breathe. Spinning through identity. Reveal another pretty little scheme.